What's up, daily African folktales? Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we are going to share an amazing and fascinating story whose title is The Tale of Queen Zola and the Peaceful Village of Imani. Alright, so before we jump into the story, make sure you have your popcorn ready and remove all the distractions in the room so you do not miss the excitement. And here we go. Nestled deep within the lush, green expanse of the African continent, there lay a village called Imani. The village was a serene haven, untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Surrounded by towering baobab trees, crystal-clear rivers, and rolling hills that stretched as far as the eye could see, Imani was a land of tranquility. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, their days marked by the rhythmic flow of the seasons and the gentle hum of life that permeated the air. Imani was not just known for its beauty, it was also famous for its people who embodied the spirit of peace, kindness, and unity. The village was governed by a council of elders, each wise in their own right, but all their wisdom was guided by one remarkable leader, Queen Zola. Queen Zola was a woman of grace and wisdom. She was revered not only for her radiant beauty, with skin the color of rich mahogany and eyes that sparkled like the stars, but also for her fierce commitment to justice, compassion, and integrity. Zola had been chosen by her people to lead because of her unyielding sense of right and wrong and her unwavering dedication to the prosperity and peace of Imani. The origins of Queen Zola. Zola was born to humble parents in a small corner of Imani. Her father was a farmer, a man who spent his days tending to the yam fields, and her mother was a healer, known for her deep knowledge of herbs and natural remedies. From a young age, Zola exhibited qualities that set her apart. She was curious and empathetic, always asking questions about the world around her and listening intently to the stories of the village elders. As a child, she would often be found under the shade of the great baobab tree in the village square, learning from the village storyteller, Baba Kofi. He would tell her tales of the great kings and queens of old, of warriors who fought for justice, and of wise leaders who brought peace to their lands. Zola was captivated by these stories and dreamed of one day becoming a leader who would bring prosperity and harmony to her people. By the time she reached adolescence, it was clear to everyone in Imani that Zola was destined for greatness. She was not only intelligent, but also kind-hearted. She helped her mother tend to the sick and would spend hours in the fields with her father, understanding the importance of hard work and humility. She had a natural ability to mediate conflicts among the children in her village, often resolving disputes with a calm and fair approach that left everyone satisfied. When Zola came of age, a great council was called in Imani. The village elders, along with the people, decided it was time for a new leader. They sought someone who could lead with wisdom, strength, and compassion. After days of deliberation, all eyes turned to Zola. Despite her youth, she had already shown the qualities of a great leader. She was crowned Queen Zola, the first woman to lead the village in many generations. Queen Zola's reign of peace. Queen Zola's reign began with a deep understanding of the needs of her people. She knew that for Imani to thrive, every villager had to feel safe, heard, and valued. Her first decree was simple yet profound. Every voice shall be heard, every soul respected, and every life cherished. Under her rule, Queen Zola implemented a series of laws that prioritized community welfare, education, and environmental stewardship. She established a village school where children could learn not only about the traditions and history of their people, but also about the wider world. She encouraged young girls and boys alike to pursue their passions, whether in arts, medicine, agriculture, or governance. She believed that a well-educated populace would lead to a stronger, more resilient community. One of her most significant initiatives was the formation of the Circle of Unity. This council, comprised of representatives from every family in the village, met weekly to discuss the needs, concerns, and aspirations of the villagers. This ensured that everyone had a voice in the governance of Imani, and it strengthened the bonds between the people and their queen. Queen Zola also placed great emphasis on the harmony between her people and nature. She introduced the Festival of the Earth, an annual celebration where the villagers would plant trees, clean the rivers, and honor the land that sustained them. This festival not only fostered a deep respect for the environment, but also reminded the villagers of their connection to the earth and to each other. The test of righteousness. One day, word spread throughout the village that a neighboring kingdom, known for its greed and constant warfare, had set its eyes on Imani. The kingdom of Mara was ruled by a king named Abasai, a man whose heart was filled with desire for power and wealth. He had heard of the prosperity and peace in Imani, and believed that by conquering the village, he could expand his empire and reap the riches of their fertile lands. When Queen Zola heard of King Abasai's intentions, she did not react with fear or anger. Instead, she called for a meeting with her Circle of Unity and the village elders. Together, they decided that they would not respond to violence with violence. Queen Zola believed in the power of diplomacy, empathy, and wisdom. She sent word to King Abasai, requesting a meeting. At first, King Abasai laughed at the idea of a peaceful negotiation, especially from a woman. But his curiosity got the better of him, and he agreed to meet Queen Zola, confident that he could intimidate her into surrendering. When they finally met, Queen Zola greeted King Abasai with grace and respect. She spoke to him not as an enemy, but as a fellow leader. She shared stories of Imani's rich history and the values her people held dear, values of unity, respect, and stewardship of the land. She explained how her people thrived not because of wealth or power, but because of their commitment to each other and their land. King Abasai was taken aback. He had never encountered a leader like Queen Zola, who led with such wisdom and compassion. For hours they spoke, and Queen Zola listened as Abasai shared his struggles and fears. She realized that beneath his harsh exterior, King Abasai was a man who had never known peace. He had grown up in a world of conflict and believed that power and conquest were the only ways to ensure his kingdom's survival. Queen Zola proposed a different path, an alliance based on mutual respect and shared prosperity. She offered to teach the people of Mara the agricultural techniques that had allowed Imani to thrive. In return, she asked for a commitment to peace. She spoke of the benefits of trade, cultural exchange, and friendship. Her words were sincere and filled with a vision of a better future. The transformation of a kingdom. King Abasai left the meeting deep in thought. He had come to conquer, but he found himself considering a different way. After days of reflection, he agreed to Queen Zola's proposal. For the first time in his reign, he laid down his weapons and extended a hand of friendship. Over the following months, the two kingdoms began to work together. Queen Zola's wisdom and leadership transformed not only Imani but also Mara. She sent her best farmers, artisans, and healers to teach the people of Mara. In return, Mara shared its own knowledge of trade and craftsmanship. A bond of trust and mutual respect grew between the two lands. King Abasai, inspired by Queen Zola's example, began to change his ways. He became a fairer, more compassionate ruler, and for the first time in generations, his people experienced peace. A legacy of peace and prosperity. Years passed, and Imani continued to flourish under Queen Zola's wise rule. The village became a symbol of hope, not just in the region but throughout the entire continent. People traveled from far and wide to learn from the peaceful village of Imani and its righteous queen. Queen Zola's legacy was not just one of peace, but also of courage, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to justice. She proved that true strength lies not in conquest, but in compassion, not in wealth, but in the richness of community, and not in power, but in the pursuit of peace. When Queen Zola grew old, she passed on her mantle to a new generation of leaders who had grown up under her guidance. They carried forward her vision, ensuring that Imani would forever remain a beacon of peace, unity, and hope. And so, the tale of Queen Zola and the peaceful village of Imani became one of the most cherished stories in the land, a testament to the power of righteousness, wisdom, and the indomitable spirit of a queen who dared to dream of a better world. Thanks for watching Daily African Folktales. Check out these videos for more stories from the motherland Africa, and until next time, happy day.